Ja, ein weiterer Teil von unserem Investmentseminar hier in Cape Coral, für die live mit uns hier in der Stadt sind, für die uns am Bildschirm verfolgen. Wir haben ja uns zuerst eine Einführung bekommen, überhaupt über die Marktlage hier im Cape Coral. Wir sind rausgefahren, haben uns Grundstücke, verschiedene Lagen, verschiedene Preisklassen angeschaut. Wir hatten eben den Vortrag gehabt, wie man denn hier was finanzieren kann, wie man Ideen, Gedanken, Träume in Realität verwandeln kann. Und heute haben wir Ramos neben uns, derjenige, der, wenn das Geld erstmal auf die Strecke gebracht ist, das Ganze nimmt, Steine, Holz, Zement und Häuser bauen kann. Er kann Häuser bauen, wo man drin selber wohnt, er kann Ferienhäuser bauen, wo dann immer wieder andere Leute dann drin wohnen, die dann dafür ein Geld zahlen, ein Geld, was auf ihr Konto gehen kann. Er kann aber auch Investments-Properties in dieser Art bauen, wie Leute dauerhaft dran mieten, entweder halt nur eine Familie oder auch Mehrfamilienhäuser. Thank you very much, Ed, that you have time for us, and that's your place now.
Cape Coral is very unique. There's a lot of opportunities, a lot of positives in Cape Coral. We have beaches. We have 400 miles of canals, more canals than Venice, Italy. 200 miles are freshwater, 200 miles are saltwater. There's a lot of different things that are attracting to people. Boating. There's a lot of boating here. Actually, Nortec, which is this type of boat, their headquarters is right here. Golfing. A lot of restaurants. I don't know if you guys have had an opportunity to go to restaurants or bars or whatever, but there's a lot of different things to do. And this is Cape Harbor. People love it. Again, it's becoming more and more of a destination here. So it's a safe city. That's another thing that attracts both vacationers and people wanting to live here full time. We're one of the safest cities in Florida. Actually, we're the biggest city between Tampa and Miami, and very, very, very low crime rate. So I just skipped over that real quick because you probably already know that. So the main reason you're here is, of course, whatever real estate opportunities there is in Cape Coral. So as Beata has probably told you, we have existing inventory, homes that are already built, like the one here on the left. I don't know if this is working, is it? The one here on the left is an older home. It had a bunch of arches. Actually, I remodeled that for a German client. This is just an example of new construction. And there's advantages and disadvantages on both. Existing inventory, here's a picture of an old house. 8-foot ceilings. Now we're building things with higher ceilings, a little bit more appealing. But here's a remodel that we did. There's the before and here's the after. Okay. Here's another example. This is the living room. Kind of blah. Boom, we changed it up, a little bit more modern look. So there's opportunities on existing inventory, but there's not a lot. There's not, and please correct me if you feel I'm wrong, the inventory that is here that's existing, some of it needs a lot of money to get it to a condition where people might want to rent it or live in it. The other big factor is on a lot of the existing inventory, it's not built to current code. And some of them are built under current flood. The advantage is everything here is built now to 160 mile an hour wind loads. Some of the old homes are not. Everything has to be built to 160 miles an hour. Everything is built to current FEMA standards. So a lot of Cape Coral is in a flood zone, and I'm going to show you that. If it's in an 8-foot flood zone, we're building the house at 9 feet. If it's in a 7-foot flood zone, we're building the house at 8 feet, where some of these old houses are under flood. And the other thing is, on new construction, we design it exactly how you want it. Some people like a more Mediterranean look. Some people like a more modern look. Some people don't like a lot of fluff. A lot of schnick-schnack, right? No schnick-schnack. we can get rid of that. It all depends on the style that you're looking for. So, back to the flood elevations.
What does FEMA stand for?
Federal Emergency Management Agency.
Agency, yeah.
Agency. So here's a map of Cape Coral. And a lot of my clients, especially that are from up north in the United States, or my European clients, they're scared of floods. Oh my gosh, what's going to happen if a hurricane comes? Flooding is of importance to them. So this is kind of why I included this in here. So here's a map of Cape Coral. Here's the Caloosahatchee River on this side. Here's Pine Island on this side. Sanibel Captiva is out here. And this is Matlacha Pass. So Cape Coral is surrounded by water. All of Cape Coral is surrounded by water. And you can see all the canals. Now, everything on the outside is in a flood zone. Everything towards the middle is not in a flood zone. So I'll go to this next map. This is the same map of Cape Coral, and you see everything in pink. Everything here is in a flood zone. Whether it's a 7-foot flood zone, an 8-foot flood zone, a 9-foot flood zone, doesn't matter, it's in a flood zone. We'll build it 1 foot higher than that flood zone. Everything you see in green and in yellow, no flood zone. Okay, so you don't have to worry about any additional elevation in those areas. So here's another example, building old versus new. I took some pictures of houses that are side by side. Same neighborhood, obviously, side by side, but you can see this old house is the old code. This new house, this red line, that is actually the finished floor height inside this house. Okay, so the floor height is right here. So you can see my floor is almost to this guy's windows. You see how much lower this house is here? So all of the homes now have to be built at this elevation. So in the event of a flood, there's less chance of having damage. And there's two types of flooding that we could have here. Either tidal or storm surge from a hurricane or something like that, or the freshwater canals, it's more rainfall, the rising water from the rain. Okay? More people worry about storm surge than anything else. But my whole point is, new construction, everything is built higher.
Which year was the last flood?
Never.
Never.
In Cape Coral.
In Cape Coral. In Cape Coral. Now, Cape Coral is a new city. I mean, relatively new. They started construction year 57, 58, something like that. There has been, and let me be specific because I don't want to mislead you, there has been some water intrusion on freshwater canals due to rain in the center of the Cape. There has not been storm surge flooding here in Cape Coral.
But we do have actually a lot of stormwater pipes running through the streets, which most of the city do not have. Miami is one of the best examples. They are afraid that there's something coming soon because they don't have the drainage system at all. So we do have that, and I'm really proud that Cape Coral is so modern.
We have a really, really good stormwater system here. Very good. Anyway, here's different options, and there's many, many different styles of homes like I told you before. This is a more traditional look. It's kind of whimsical. It's not modern. It's not Mediterranean. Just an example. A lot of arches, a lot of foam. The interior, a lot of, and this is a house that we built actually, and I have that floor plan in your packet. But you can see there's a lot of crown molding, a lot of columns, a lot of schnick-schnack. There's a lot of schnick-schnack here. Same house, you know, just a different look at the interior. They went with granite countertops instead of quartz. The pool area, we have kind of different levels on the pool area. It's not square. I know my European clients don't like a lot of arches, you know, 90-degree clean angles is what we're looking at. But this, you know, has some arches. Here's an outdoor kitchen, an example, the outside. Here, back to that point, this was in a 9-foot flood zone. You can see how high we had to build this up. We kept the level of the soil the same here, kind of even. Here's a more modern look. Here's a smaller home. This is a more modern look. Different style altogether. No arches, very clean. This happens to be granite. Here's just a different example of a pool. Here's the interior of that home. Again, a nice, clean, modern look. This is a slider that meets right in the middle. So when you want to open up the pool area to the house or the house to the pool area, it totally opens up. Disappearing edges. I wouldn't have done a disappearing edge here because these posts are in the way, but the disappearing edge, the logic behind it, so it looks like it's going into the canal. They could have done it a little bit differently there, but that's what they wanted. This is a more of a lagoon look, totally different. We can build whatever style you want, and I included some floor plans in there, not all of them. Some are in my on my website, and all that information is there. Whether it's smaller, whether it's larger, whether it's high ceilings, low ceilings, Mediterranean. I won't bore you with that, but there's a few examples. Let's say you did decide to build. You know the style that you want to build. You've decided to, okay, we're going to build new construction, whether it's for a vacation rental, whether it's to live in, whether it's a yearly rental, whatever. You decided to build. A couple things you got to be really careful of. The real estate professional that you choose, and that's why we have that here. Okay, and I'm not just saying it because Beata's here. I work with a lot of realtors, and what I always say is there's the 20% that are true professionals, and then there's the other 80% that are part-time, and she's tough on me.
I am.
She's tough on me. She looks at too many things. But anyway, that's very important with your investment. The other thing is choosing the right builder, and I'm not saying go with us if you do decide to build, but having a good rapport with your builder is important. How long they've been in business, the type of construction that they do, check them out at the city. So another thing, and I just wanted to give you a few things to look out for. Again, whatever builder you decide to go with, you never want to pay a builder the full amount of a project. You never want to pay the builder a huge deposit either at signing. Most reputable builders will structure their contract where, yes, you give a deposit at signing. Obviously, the builder is not a bank, unless there's a bank involved, and then the bank would just do the same thing. And then, for example, here's an example of a contract that's $439,000, and this is an actual contract of mine. $10,000 deposit at signing, and then I have $33,000, which both of these total 10%, for $43,900, $439,000. The $33,900 is when the city finally issues the building permits. And then the rest of the construction is handled on a 5-draw basis. Typically, a builder will ask for 20%, roughly 20% increments as each milestone is completed. Okay? So again, for your protection, you do not want to disperse to a builder until that particular phase of construction is done.
How can they check that if they are not local?
A couple different ways. Number one, you can hire an independent inspector. Okay, different ones will charge different things, but they'll go out and inspect the site for you. And I have absolutely I always tell my people, if you want to hire an independent inspector, perfectly fine. It doesn't offend me at all because it's a big investment. So that's one way. Another way is the real estate professional. Let's say Beata does check her builders to make sure that they've done that particular phase. If you want to go online yourself, the City of Cape Coral, the inspections are right online. You can see what inspections are done, and I'm going to show you how many inspections there is on the Cape. There's 31 inspections.
Wow.
Yeah. What we do is we also take YouTube video. It's the easiest way for you to look at video. I take YouTube video of each phase. Plus, we have a program we call Builder Trend. It's a web-based program, and it gives you scheduling. We put pictures on there. It makes you feel kind of part of it. Because let's face it, not all of our customers are here to watch it. You're going to be in Germany or up north or wherever. So those are some of the ways that you can protect yourself, along with a contract that's favorable for both you and the builder, always insist on a walkthrough at the end to make sure everything is to your satisfaction. Make sure that you've gotten any release of liens. Make sure that you have the certificate of occupancy, and then boom, you're done. And just because we are finished with the house, don't think that, okay, I build a house for you, now boom, I'm done, I'm out of the picture. I give you a warranty with the house, and even when we go beyond warranty time, there's many times where if there's an issue, we take care of it for the customer. Warranties that go with the house are assigned to you. As an example, the roof typically has a 30-year warranty that's assigned over to the owner. The air conditioning system, we use Lennox. Lennox has a total of a 10-year warranty. 5 years, if you register online, you get another 5 years, and so on. All those warranties are transferred to the owner. So just because the home is done, don't think that the builder is out of the picture. We've been here a long time, and we like repeat customers, so we want to make sure that they're happy. We are a custom builder that gives you whatever choices you want. There's some builders that you will go to and they'll say you can only have this color and that's it, or this tile or floor tile or this, and that's it, and they don't give you choices. So we can handle it either way. But typically the way we would work with you is we will give you exactly what you want.
And you see it as investment. Yes, shall it be my favorite lot? Yes, but also keep always in mind, you will not buy it later, you will sell it. You have to have the big pond of all the buyers who want to have your lot or your home in the future. Don't have something like, I told you that about my neighbors who have like 2 master suites and 1 den, and they used half of the 3rd garage for a 3rd bathroom. They will not be able to sell it. They asked me, what do you think it's worth? I said, went on MLS, put in the numbers, 2 bedrooms, 3 baths. Oh, there's no house like this in the whole area. I said, if you want to sell it at some point, you have to make this 1 room, has to be a bedroom. Otherwise, there's no point, because they are limited totally. They're big fish pond of buyers.
Same
Just
with
keep in mind.
a very abstract design. Yeah, you might be able to keep it as a rental for 3 or 4 or 5 years, but if it's a design that you're really limiting the people that might like that design, you know, colors, finishes, you know, those are important also. I mean, I have people that really pick some weird, unusual things, and it's like, okay.
So if they pick something that he thinks is unusual, means that they are not likely from America, and that no American will buy it later. So limited, 320 million people crossed out, by the way. This is what we always have to keep in mind with investments. It's not about us, it's about the future buyer.